So, day one of Spurs pre-season friendlies. It is here. We are playing at the Select Car Leasing Stadium, or as most of us know it, the Majeski. We're playing Reading away, and Thomas Frank, the governor, the boss, the gaffer, our new leader, is starting his era today. This is the era of Thomas Frank. So here's my message to all Spurs fans. Whatever we thought of Ange Postecoglou, whatever you think of Thomas Frank, whatever you think of Daniel Levy, Vinay, Enoch, whatever you think of Brennan Johnson, Dominic Solanke, Dragoshin, this player, that player, Matisse Tell, this is a new era. We've got to get behind the team. This is a new era, right? And there are going to be players that some of us don't want to see, of course. There's going to be players that some of us really want to see, of course. But can we not get on Frank's back from day one of pre-season? If he starts a player today that you don't like, he might start a Solomon. He might start a Danso instead of a Van de Ven, for example. Let's not lose our mind, people. Let's remember this is pre-season. Let's remember that he needs to see everyone. Let's remember that every single footballer at Tottenham Hotspur in that first team is going to need minutes in their legs moving forward. Now, I saw Alistair Gold this morning, and big up to Alistair Gold, giving us a bit of information about what he thinks the first 11 is going to be today. And then he called it, didn't he? And he said, it's almost impossible. Thomas Frank's never put out a team for Spurs before, so we can't sit here surely and say, God, he's going to play him, he's going to play him. What he did mention was that Romero will be getting game time today. And he was talking about the captaincy at Tottenham. Now, I'll be honest, unless somebody comes in who's captain material, I'd be surprised if he moves away from Romero or Son as captain, unless both of them or one of them are leaving the club. Maybe a James Maddison, who we know is not 100% fit, I don't think, but he is back in first team training. Now, what do we expect to see? We expect to see Thomas Frank is going to implement a shape. That's the first thing I want to see. I'm sure other football fans, YouTube fans, Spurs fans, everyone wants to see that. We want to see a shape. And Thomas Frank alluded to it yesterday, didn't he, in his press conference. He said, we want to be brave, we want to attack aggressively, but there are going to be times when we need to be pragmatic and defend. Now that, for me, was music to my ears, because you all know what I thought of the last manager. However, we move on. So, are we going to see that today against a considerably weaker team in Reading? Probably not. But as the competition, as the opposition gets stronger, it's going to be more pragmatic. Bayern Munich, Newcastle, Arsenal, PSG. We've got those four in a row. We're not going to be able to go gung-ho and attack and be aggressive against all of those clubs. So I'm interested to see what 11 does he pick today? What are the substitutions? How are the players going to react? Because all I heard was when the last manager went that the players are going to down tools. They all love him. Oh my God, it's going to affect them. But you look at the training videos. They all look happy. The training videos, they all look very, very happy, don't they? They all look happy. And they all seem to be really enjoying the defensive drills, the running, the hard work. I think you can see that they know this is going to pay off. Now, moving away from that, I will ask you for your score prediction, but it's a friendly. I'm not going to lose my mind if it's 1-1 or 5-0 or 7-1. It's a friendly, right? It's the first friendly. But what else do we know? News coming out of Tottenham. Josh Keeley has now officially left to join Luton Town for £1 million. Now, this is going to upset my mate Lubo, who I'm about to see, by the way, for the Football Heritage TV barbecue, which, by the way, look at it, pissing down with rain. But, as we've said before, are these kids good enough? I'm not sure. Keeley, League One, great year for Leyton Orient, and has moved to League One for Luton Town. £1 million. Some are saying there's a buyback clause, some are not. My mate Mark Cookie from the 2 Mark show, he's told me there's definitely a buyback clause, and he's sitting right next to me. Has he lied to me? But we wish him well. On a serious note, Josh Keeley, best of luck. I hope he does well. I hope he makes his way back to the Premier League at some point. And I guess we'll all be keeping an eye out on Luton Town scores so that we can see how well Josh Keeley does. The next one is Alfie Dorrington. Lots of people saying, is Dorrington going to get game time this year? Are the young centre-backs going to get a chance? Well, we got our answer today. Just now it was announced that Alfie Dorrington is joining Aberdeen on a year-long loan. Of course, he's just been there for the back end of last season and he's going back there for the entire 25-26 season. So just like Keeley, we wish him the best of luck. Hope that he develops, grows, turns into a man, and who knows if he can come back and be a first-team player for Tottenham. Now, what that does leave is just 3 young centre-halves left, doesn't it? You've got Takai, who I would expect to be in the first team, in and around the first team squad, just signed, Japan international. You've got Phillips, there's the outlier for me. Hasn't forced his way into the Tottenham team in 2 years, hasn't had a minute of football. I would fully expect Phillips to either leave on loan or possibly move down to the Championship in a permanent transfer. I might be wrong, but we do have a lot of centre-halves for him to step over. And then you've got Vuskovic, who for me, lots of people telling me he's this great wonder kid, this generational player. I'll reserve judgment as I normally do. I'll try and stay level-headed and we'll see. But for me, I'd love to see him go out on loan to a top-half Championship team. Maybe go and join Ryan Mason at West Brom. Maybe go and join, Chris, why have I forgotten his name? Davis, whoever it is, at Birmingham City. Can't believe I've forgotten his name. That's terrible of me. How unprofessional. But maybe go and join those teams. Play 46 games. Go and be a revelation. Go and show the world you're generational. And then we'll see what you've got. Because Tottenham have got Romero, Van der Ven, Danso, Davis, Dragashin, Takai. And we are linked with players like De Vinter of Genoa, Scalvini of Atalanta. And we're also heavily linked with Zabani, as we saw yesterday, and also Maxime Lacroix of Crystal Palace. So keep an eye on that one. But Spurs fans, all people want to know is about Morgan Gibbs-White. We're hearing today that tomorrow's the day. Sunday's the day. I'm telling you, I'm not an ITK, but what I'm being told is it's tomorrow. What you're being told is it's tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, it might be Monday. And if not Monday, Tuesday. You get the pattern. Let's see. Anyway, good luck to Spurs today. Let's hope they smash the life out of Reading. Let's hope that Kudus gets a run out in this team. And let's hope that Thomas Frank gets a great reception from the fans. Some of the hate towards Thomas Frank has been utterly farcical. Those fans, my message to them, hold your heads in shame. We are Tottenham Hotspur. Much love. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow for the Spurs review. Maybe a few cheeky videos of these scallywag YouTubers at my home for the FHTV barbecue. Good luck, Spurs. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs.